Jerry West isn't the greatest player of all time. He's a top 10, top 15 player of all time. But it's not, he didn't get that.
You know, for the longest time, the NBA denied it was him.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
And they didn't pay him.
Yeah.
Now, you know, the hard part is with Kobe's trials and tribulations and the alleged rape in Colorado, I believe for that reason they would not give him the logo. I think right now, while people are emotional, they think it was great. And then when the dust settled, conversations would start. And now you have someone who, while you can have whatever thoughts you want, you can, and I've read the entire case, and you can do whatever you want and come to the conclusion you want to come to. Do they want to have anyone who has any sort of potential dark side as the logo to their league? It's one thing to name the Staples Center, a court, an award.
Right.
The entire logo after one person. I mean, Jerry West has proved to be squeaky clean his entire life, and he's an old man. So that's a big thing to give someone a logo.
Let me stop you for 1 second, though, because it's curious. Let's say, and I wish that this was the case, that Denver never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still make him the logo? Again,
I can see this moment.
He's one of the great players of all time, but you can't unequivocally say that he is the greatest player of all time.
But you can't with Jerry West either.
But that wasn't what they just had a design. They said, well, this looks the best. Okay, so why they chose, you're right, it should have been Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell, but they chose West because of the way it looked. But now you're switching the logo. Why? Because
you would be doing it because of the... to some degree, because of the tragedy. Because it's to honor him because of his life being cut so short.
Because you can't say, well, why wouldn't it be Michael Jordan? Well, if Michael Jordan dies in his sleep at the age of 90, that's not nearly as tragic as what happened to Kobe at the age of 41 dying in a helicopter crash. So I think when you look at the circumstances, Michael, it's not we believe he's the best player ever to play or that we believe he represents everything the NBA represents. It's... God, people really loved him. He was really highly respected, and the circumstances in which he was gone would eventually lead to that possibility. I agree with you. I wouldn't do it. I think that's a little bit too much. But retiring his number because of the circumstances, I think I would get that. I would understand that. Taking it out of circulation. Maybe you take it out of circulation. Do you necessarily have to put the 24 up in every arena? I don't know. They could talk about that. But if you're looking for a way to honor him, those are the two. Of those two choices, I would choose the number over the logo.
Isn't it crazy, though? It's been 3 days. Right. It's now the third day. And what Don was I was just listening to Don talk. I can't believe Kobe Bryant's dead. I still can't believe it. When you just said that now, it's been 3 days, and you're like, talking about, I literally have a moment where I go, are we talking about Kobe Bryant? He's gone? And that feeling that I just had is precisely why they're discussing doing things that are so major, because it's unbelievable.
And that's why you always have to be careful after a tragedy. Like when Thurman Munson died in a plane crash, there was thought at that time, let's waive the 5-year eligibility and just vote for him on the Hall. And they said no. Now, they did that with Clemente, and he got in right away. He was a no-brainer at 3,000 hits, a couple of world championships, and Thurman would be a borderline Hall of Famer. They didn't waive the 5 years. I think that you have to be careful about doing anything when it's so close to something so raw.